Hello, this is Sir Havoc, and welcome to this edition of OP Tanks. This edition of OP Tanks is all about the T40. The T40, in my opinion, is one of the most devastating Tier 4s in the game. It is able to throw down range with surprising accuracy a lot of damage in a short amount of time. And there's a number of things that makes this tank OP, and its DPM is not the only one. So before we go into that, how would you go about getting a T40? Well, it is on the American Tank Destroyer line, leading up to the Hellcat. I'll pull this up for you now. So here you go. You start off with the T1, then you go into your T2, T18. That could be an OP tank as well. I mean, I'm not really interested in low tiers like that, but I suppose I could do a fun review of the T18. It's absolutely OP. And from my memory, the T82 was pretty good as well, you know, with that derp it has. But the T40 comes after that. And the T40 is an amazing Tier 4 tank. And from there, you go to the T49, which in my opinion is OP. To the Hellcat, which I didn't play an awful amount of times, but it's said to be OP by a lot of people. I know it's getting a nerf soon. And then it comes crashing down to the next two tanks. And these are the two tanks that Wargaming put in there to make some money from you, because the T25-2 is absolute crap, in my opinion, until you upgrade it fully. And then it isn't the best tank in the world. Now, the T28 Pro is a bit of a Marmite tank. You either love it or you hate it. I haven't got it. I can't give an opinion on it, but I just don't think I'd get on with something that goes so slow. It goes 18 kilometers an hour, and you know, I think I'd fall asleep if I had that tank. From there, the line leads on to T30 and T110E4, which are both great tanks. Okay, back to the T40. So here you go. As you can see, there's a few choices here. Excuse me. The T40 has the 76 AT gun, M1A1, which is pretty much the same tank that goes on to the T49. And bear with me 1 second, that's strange. My bad. I just said that the T40 goes on to the T49. It does not. The T82 goes on to the T40 and it goes on to the Wolverine. Now, I've never had the Wolverine. I opted to go up that line, and I think it's because I wanted to get a Hellcat at the time. So my bad there. I made a bit of a mistake. It goes on to the Wolverine. So here you go. The 76mm is an awesome gun. Although it's got a dispersion of 0.41, it doesn't feel that inaccurate. It seems to hit its targets more often than it's not. It's got an aiming time of 1.7 seconds, which makes it lethal because you're spitting bullets down the field. Now, the T40 has a really respectable gun depression, which means it's ideal for peeping up over humps, up over bumps in the terrain, and getting shots off. The only downside to that, it has a high front, so if you can shoot someone, invariably they can shoot you. Another option for the T40 is this 105mm anti-tank howitzer, the M3, and as you can see, that tank does 410 damage. So if you're running around in that, you can do 410 damage. Premium ammo 350, but as a pen of 105. A lot of people use that to good effect. Now, I'm not too keen on it, to be honest with you. I prefer to have the amazing DPM that this tank has and sit right back, because that is incredibly inaccurate, and it's really frustrating when you shoot and you have to wait 7.5 seconds in a Tier 4 game, and that don't really work for me, because most other Tier 4s will shoot you a number of times and you're in a Tier 4 game in 7.5 seconds. So for me, it's not an option. So as I was saying, you can see from the angle of this tank, look at the barrel. So if you're poking up over a hill and your barrel, so you imagine the bottom of your barrel is coming over the hill, there's quite a bit at the top there that you can be hit. So, and the armor's really, really pants in this tank. Don't expect it to bounce on these shots. It is absolutely terrible, and you are susceptible to HE shots as well. So your camo value is your armor in this tank, and your view range. And talking about view range, that's what we'll move on to. So, what makes this tank so OP? Okay, apart from an amazing gun, really good camo value, the view range is absolutely epic. It's a 400-meter view range, and that means that with binoculars it's 505. So in a tier 4 game, you can see things miles away before they even are able to see you, and you can put fire down range and take them out. And in the replay I'm going to show you, I use that view range to good effect. Now it says there's a gun traverse speed of 44. That just must mean the little bit it can turn, because it can do a very short angle. Okay. The speed is 38, so it's not the fastest tank in the world, but it's not the slowest either. You know, you can get around the map with that speed, which is fine. And also the traverse speed, the track traverse is 32. So again, not a massively fast traverse speed, not bad. You are capable of turning around and defending yourself if you're being circled, but if you've got a player who knows what he's doing, he's just going to kill you. Okay, so that's the T40. Equipment, I run with a rammer, binos and a camo net, and I like to take 9 shells of APCR in with me, and I take 5 a heat. And the reason I do that is because sometimes you get some really soft targets in lower tier games, so that's really cool. And sometimes, you know, you're in a high tier game, so you're against tier 6 tanks, and you're going to need to reset the cap, and you want to make sure you can reset the cap. And how you do that is with HE, because it always penetrates, even a little amount. So that's why I take 5 of them. Now, crew skills. First things first, you want on this is 100% camo crew. Now you will notice I've not got 6th sense in this tank, and that is for no other reason than I'm a tight git, and I want to wait for the crew to be, you know when you get reduced price for training crew? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm going to wait for it to be 100 gold, and then I'm going to swap it out, and I'm going to have 6th sense and put camo in as my second one for my commander. Now you will be saying to yourself, look, why has he got designated target in there, man? Jesus, he's a tank destroyer. He's not out there spotting things. Why does he want that? Well, quite simply, I use this tank for training crews. This is actually the second crew I've got to the second perk with this tank, and it's a really lovely little tank for doing that in. So I think my ones I just took out of there were on 70% of the second perk when I took them out, and now I've trained this crew up as well. So that's cool. I've got a bit of repairs in there. To be honest, I don't pay too much attention to this. I have the camo. This crew is going to be used in one of the new American lights that's going to come out soon in 9.3. So I don't mind. I'll just invest some gold and get that crew swapped over. Okay, so let's have a little look at my service record in the T40. How well have I done? So here you can see I've played 168 games, I've got a 61% win rate, and I've got an average XP of 645, and I have a number of ace tankers in this game. Here you go, the details. Battle survive 45.24, that's not too bad for battle survive. Damage ratio 3.85. Experience that. Average damage caused to vehicle 713. So max experience per battle 2000, max damage per battle 2000. So to be able to rattle out 2000 damage in a tier 4 tank is pretty good, and that's kind of what makes it, OP. But let's move on to the replay and see how we get on there. So here we are in the game. We are in Fisherman's Bay, and as you can see, our chance to win is 40%. 40%, that don't sound too good to me. So I'm just thinking about playing a passive game and letting the people come to me, the enemy team. We've got a platoon now of KV1Ss that are not particularly great players. In actual fact, the only other player that's of any worth in this team is the T49, Satex, and the Beer Wolf from Elite War Chickens in the KV1S. The enemy has better players than us, and it has some good players in there. In actual fact, to be fair, we got more heavy tanks than them, but they do seem to perform better. So let's see how this goes. Now, I've got a confession to make. I thought I was on the other side of the map. I thought I'd spawned down south for some reason. My brain does that. So I went to the wrong side, and I realised, so I went back across again to find my nice little bush to hide behind. Now what you'll notice with me is, excuse me, you need to get a slurp of my tea. What you'll notice with me is if I'm with a poor team, I will take a more passive role, especially in a TD, and T49 and T40. Now I'm not planning to go forward much, and I'm planning to keep the enemy either just inside my view range or outside my view range, but just inside my render range. What that means is I can stay camoed and shoot them, and hopefully I will not get spotted. And in actual fact, keep an eye out. I don't think I get spotted for this whole match. So let's have a little look. Now I haven't got Sixth Sense, I don't suppose you'll know, but I certainly don't feel like I got spotted this match. So here we go. I'm up in my bush here. Now you will notice me taking shots like that one there, and you don't see silhouette, but I hit them anyway. And that's not because I'm some mega uber Jedi, it's just because in these replays sometimes the silhouette don't show up. Now when I watched Quickie Baby and Circle, I always used to see them taking shots and think, Jesus, how did they know to take that shot then? There was no silhouette, they must know something I don't. But it isn't, it's just that in replays they don't show up. So there's no magic there, it's just the way it is. So as you can see, I'm a little bit comfortable in this bush. You know, there's 3 heavies that come with me, which worried me a little bit, to be honest with you, because I thought, you know, if them heavies had gone into the city, we might have stood a better chance. But at the same time, queer things happen on this map, so I'm not one to judge. I'm just going to sit here in my T40, and in my mind, there's a good chance we're not going to win. So if in that time I can achieve enough damage to keep my nice score up, I'll be happy, because primarily I want a good win rate, I want to win games. But if that isn't possible, then at the very least I want a good score.
Enemy armor is hit.
Now what I do find is in trying to get that good score, you often turn the game and make the win. So look, I'm sat here now and I'm thinking, look, everything's just outside my render range, I need to move forwards. So I'm trying to find myself the next bush to go to. Now as I do that, the KV-1S moves backwards, and I realise that there's still nothing for me to shoot, and unless I creep forwards a bit, I'm not going to get any more damage. I get lucky with this Marder, just not quick enough to finish it. Now I do apologise if you can hear any baby noises in the background. I do have a most beautiful 14-month-old boy called Frankie, and this time of night he often gets a bit tired and a little bit cryy. So if you can hear any baby cries, it's just Frankie in the background saying hello, or saying I want some boobs. At this point I can remember thinking, you know what, we're doing alright here. You know, they're not doing great in the city, but you know, kill for kill, we're doing alright. But little did I know that on the other flank it was about to go terribly wrong.
That one bounced.
Now you'll see me swap out for premium ammo here, there you go. And that's because with a tier 4 tank, and I'm shooting against the KV-1S, I want to make sure. And as you see, I still didn't get the shot. Now I should have went for the turret sooner. And the moment I did and I hit, I started doing damage. So that's just me. Sometimes, like I'm sure all of us, I am guilty of being a bit lazy and not going for the relevant weak spots. And to be honest, my knowledge is getting better with the weak spots. I made a bit of an error when I was a younger player. I had a hit panel mod, and that gave me places, the zones on the tanks where I could hit. As a result, I'm now brain dead without it. So what I decided is I wanted to develop my play skill, so I know the tanks and I knew their weak spots. And so I just installed that. I got rid of it a number of times. Probably when I was about 6,000 games in, I got rid of it and I said I want to start learning these weak spots now. And I'm getting there, so there you go. Now as you can see, we have lost the east side, and they still have their heavy tanks. The KV-1S times 2, and they still have 3 KV-1Ss and 1 KV-2. And that's not good for us. That's not good for us whatsoever. No, they don't. They don't have 3 KV-1Ss, they have 2. I'm lying. There you go. It was the A3 I was looking at. Similar shape on the little screen there on the right hand side. So now I've got 991 damage. I'm thinking, you know, if we're smart, we can win this. We've still got a Hellcat. We've still got a T40, which I know is an OP tank. If you've not seen my T40 OP tank review, it's going to go up tonight, so please tune in for that. But we're all one-shots, you know. Even though I am on full health, I'm a one-shot for that KV-1S or KV-2, so I need to be mega careful here. Now I'm still trying to use view range to the best of its ability. You see, I'm not racing forwards. There's 8 minutes and 34 seconds left of the game, so there's time. I'm positioning myself purposely there, so if I need to go back, I can. And when that KV-1S pops up with his 22 hit points, made me really happy. And even happier when Satex killed him. Now, there you go. This game is far from over. I just wanted to say to the lads, you know, come on, we can do this now. There's a KV-2 and a KV-1S. Now, has this started? I didn't know if there was 2 tanks near that area. I knew there was only 1 on cap. I didn't know if there's another one hiding at the top. But my goal was to come and get this guy off here. And as I move across, the KV-2 shows himself up, and I could see that he's full health. But I figured now's not the time to go for him. I've got to get this guy off cap. Now I move forwards, and I'm looking at my circles, and there you go, there he is, right at the back. Now I know he can't see me now. There's no chance of him seeing me. At that range, 380 meters.
We didn't even scratch them.
So that's the first penetrating hit I got on that KV-1S. The other shots were just tracks to set down the cap. And I managed to get about 400 damage on him. So I'm really, really happy. And I didn't notice that. I don't know if you noticed there, but the T40 said ammunition is empty. Now, in the game, I didn't see that. So I'm moving forwards, and I'm thinking, this game's definitely ours now, because I've finished off a KV-2 in my T40 before, and I know that's definitely possible. This Satex dude's been around the map doing good damage, so I know he's actually, despite his score, a reasonable player. Now what he's trying to tell me is to wait there, so he can spot the KV-2 with me. And I'm trying to say, use range, he has shit view range. Or, excuse my language. Now I have had a forum user ask me not to use profanity, so I apologise to that guy, US Marshall or something like that. My bad. I'll try not to swear in the future. So he has very poor view range, let's say. Now here we go. I'm thinking that I might be able to get a shot from here. I'm waiting for my binos to come up. Nothing. I know he's behind that divot, so I'm thinking I've got to go around the flank. The T40 is telling me not to go. He doesn't have ammo, so I'm saying to him then use spot. But I'm still not comfortable from the angle I'm at. So if he could spot me from there, he'd be able to see the whole of my tank. And let's just say the KV-2 gun isn't that inaccurate. And if you don't believe me, go and look at my KV-2, the OP tank, the filthy game review, because it is lethal. So I managed to steal a hit on him there, which made me quite happy. But I'm thinking, nah, this spot ain't working for me, and you'll see me move off. Cue the move off. Perhaps I lingered a bit longer before I moved off. My memory didn't serve me too well then. No, I don't rehearse these replay commentaries. I don't have time to do them over and over, so I do it once, and now it comes out, it comes out. So you'll notice I stutter, I cough. It's not perfect. I'm no quickie baby, guys. I'm not a pro filmmaker. I'm doing this to have some fun for the fun for us to help some people. So please don't leave me comments saying the coughing's annoying, the baby's screaming, because you know I've got a young family. I haven't got time to keep going over this again. So here we go. Now, it wouldn't have been embarrassing if I'd have gone down the back there. Now, as you can see, I'm aiming him. This is not premium ammo. This is normal AP. Now, what I'm doing is shooting the cheeks of that turret. For those you don't know, that's a weak point on the KV2. So if you're playing against them, back them in there. Nice damage. Missed there. The 0.1 accuracy coming in. That was too central. Now the KV1's forward and having a go.
We didn't even scratch them.
Straight in the viewport. And there you go. Now, the T40. Is it an OP tank? You decide. But before you do, let's go and have a little look at the post-game stats. Now, before we start on the post-game stats, I feel I need to say thank you to a friend of mine, and his name is Shadowcaster. Now he is in Circ Clan, he's in Circ 2. I think he's planning to maybe move to Reddit soon, I'm not too sure. Anyway, Shadowcaster is a 15-year-old boy he's an Irish man, or boy, Irish boy, 15 years old. Now, he sounds like a 28-year-old American. I'm not kidding you. I couldn't believe it. When he said he was from Ireland, I thought, what the hell? It sounds like he's from bloody Texas. I don't know. Maybe not Texas. He don't sound like he's from South America. Like that part. He sounds like he's got an American accent. Anyway, he's not. He's Irish. Now, we have an insider joke because Shadow is one of them people that knows everything. But only he really does. And that makes it even more surprising that he's 15 years old, because if you ask him something, he'll give you an answer. And if you wiki it or look it up, it's always true. So, and regarding tanks and World of Tanks, he's like a fountain of knowledge. He's a really, really enjoyable person to be around and to engage with and to play tanks with. Now, he quite kindly left me a comment on my last YouTube video, because I am a hapless noob. I'm not afraid to admit it. So what I was doing is I was doing screenshots of my personal score, my team score, and my detailed report, and then I was using Bandicam, putting them on full screen, and then pressing play, recording a bit, pausing, then switching it over, doing it again, and it was obvious, it was so low quality, and I knew that I had to kind of get my head around how I was going to do that, but Shadow left me this nice little comment saying, use WoT replays, because then you can just click between them. And I've never used WoT replays before, so I did that today, and it's made it really easy. So, hands together for Shadow. Everyone, please give him a round of applause. Thank you very much, mate, and I'll see you on game soon. Okay, the Ace Tanker game, the T40. I knew it was going to be an Ace Tanker because it was a good game. Playing in a T40. It's not like playing in a light or a medium or heavy. You don't get forwards and side scrape. You don't rush round and flank like in a medium, and you're not peeking and poking all the time like in the Winner Light. And it's not like the T40 where you can peep in and out either, because it hasn't got that speed. It's very much a silent assassin. Sit right back, use that view range, and just pea shooter people to death. And as long as you do that, you'll do well. Now, my opinion on these OP tanks is they're only OP in some areas. Okay, so OP tanks. So let's think of the T29, Tier 7 heavy. It's got an uber turret, okay, and it's got a nice gun. Another OP tanks. There'll be a thing about them that makes them OP. So what a lot of people do is they get in a tank and then they rush around the map, expecting them to do one thing or another, and they get killed. What makes it OP is the thing that is OP. So do the thing that makes it OP. So like as someone that you're trying to manage, you've got to play to its strengths, okay, and you've got to manage its weaknesses. So its strengths is view range, its weaknesses is armor. Stay far back and don't get shot. Simples. Okay, so there we go. So let's look at these stats anyway. 32,580 credits, 9,330 experience. That's cool. Admittedly, the experience isn't a ×5 event, so it was still nice though. Team score, let's have a little look. See? Now, I got the highest score on our team of 2,043. Nice. And my XP is 1,244. Nice. So, the nearest guy to me was Satex, T49, 1,580, very respectable, 2 kills and 1,000 XP. And beneath that is Beowulf with the KV1S from Elite War Chickens. Now, the Elite War Chickens, funny, I've got a bit of a connection with them because I used to be in a clan called Bad One, and I think before that it was something else. And the clan leader of Elite War Chickens used to be their clan leader, so I know him personally. He's a really nice bloke. His name's Jay. That's why I said hello to Beowulf when I went into the game. And when he started going over to the city, I did expect him to do well, and he did, so good on him. Now, I do believe that the KV2, Thea7684, on the enemy team needs a shout out, because he got 2,716 damage. And that's nice, so he must have been up there, spitting his HE or AP, just blowing things to pieces. So good on him, good on you, mate. Let's move on. Okay, shots fired, 40, hits, 29, penetrations, 21. And that gave me just under 2,100 damage. Now, I destroyed 3 vehicles and I damaged 9. And I had 711 damage due to my assistance, which is probably tracking. So I'm really happy with that. That's an ace tanker game. I did spit out some premium ammo, so I've only got 4,404 credits for that. But that's alright. You know, that's it. I'm happy with that. So that's the review of the T40. You tell me in the comments, do you think it's OP? If you haven't got it, give it a go. It's fun. It's really fun. And if you have got it, then I don't need to tell you, because you know. But if you haven't got it, it is worth a go. And then from that, you'll have to go for the M8A1 and then up to the T49. But that's really worth doing as well. So that's the end of this gameplay review, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.